You're listening to Ashley Storrie on BBC Radio Scotland, live from Pacific Quay, joined as always by the very funny sidekick Silent Paul. It's our last...
Don't patronise me.
I wasn't patronising you. It's our last show for about 2 months. We're going on a break. But yes, we're talking about film, cinema and Emily Blunt singing. Jay got in touch, that's Jay in Oregon, and said I wasn't going to send in my score for Emily Blunt's song, but since you're playing The Power of Love, I can casually mention that I was an extra in the video for that song, which was filmed over 2 nights at a club called Uncle Charlie's in Corte Madera, California, about 30 minutes north of San Francisco.
You can't tell us that and then not tell us which point in the video you appear.
You can't, Jay in Oregon.
Can we make you out? Can we see you? What are you dressed in?
Can you send us a still with yourself circled, Jay in Oregon?
How close in the video do you get to either Huey Lewis or one of the news?
Yes, we need to know that. Anyway, as for Miss Blunt, I'm going to say 88 Kenny Rogers roasters. It's nice to see someone with all the advantages of being upper class succeed based off actual talent. Class 4! Thank you, Jane Oregon, for getting in touch with that score and that story about being an extra. Phil and Vicky says 90 roasters for Emily Blunt from her wee caravan. Beautiful voice, but a bit too sweet. I think that's kind of the vibe she's got. She's got a very sweet demeanour and it's fine, but sometimes it makes grumpy people like us a wee bit anxious and wary, doesn't it, Paul? I think that's what it is. When people are too nice, it makes us worry. Does that not, do you not feel that?
When people are too nice?
Uh-huh.
I just don't trust them.
Emily Blunt's got a bit of that. Like, she's too nice and genial. What are you hiding?
What's behind the eyes?
What are you up to? What have you done? Emily Blunt, what has she done? Tell the truth. We're going to have congressional hearings about it. Some guy in a suit being like, well, actually, Emily Blunt is non-biological. Not going to lie, loving the hearings about the aliens. Because
people, if anybody doesn't know about this, Ashley is talking about the hearings currently going on in the United States about
of
UFOs.
America. Just in case anybody thought it was United States or somewhere else.
Other United States.
I think there are. Canada's a United States.
It doesn't call itself United States.
Yeah, but it still is.
That's the level of pedantry that is unnecessary.
Anyway, there's alien hearings.
If I'd said the US, would you have pulled me up for that?
No, I wouldn't have pulled you up anyway.
Even though that meant the United
I was
States.
just being an absolute bodger and badger. I was just annoying you for the sake of annoying you. I've only got an hour left to pick at you, Paul, and then I'm not going to see you for 2 months and I'm going to miss you.
Sometimes you just leave scabs to heal.
Paul's going in for a wee bit of respite from Ashley. Jane Jones says, Emily Blunt, that wasn't all that bad. Only thing that put me off was the strange accent. The song was the Robert Tannahill poem, The Braes of Balquhidder, put to music by an Irish musician, so a sort of Scottish-Irish amalgam. I'd say maybe 80 Kenny Rogers roasters. So sorry to hear that you're not going to be here for 7 weeks. The radio is dross in general these days.
Didn't say that.
I hope we don't get Fitba and I hope we don't get Life Fitba in your place. I shall miss you both. Regards, Jane Jones. I don't think it's going to be Fitba in our place. I don't think the Fitba people will come anywhere near me. I keep making fun of them.
This will be the longest we've not been on.
I know. Since
we've maybe missed a week here or there and that's it.
A week here and there, but this will be the longest we've not been on since the way back when.
And then we'll come back, we'll be nearly 5.
Well, this will be the longest we haven't been on since I went and filmed the pilot.
How long was that?
2 weeks.
That's the longest we've been away. There we go.
There we go. We got a message saying that was a good song, Spoiled, about Emily Blunt, which I think is quite harsh, but I think it's possibly true. Listen to Grant Staunton today. He was professional when giving out the WhatsApp number. Maybe you should borrow him for your show, says Peter and Gail in Maine, USA. Oh! No. See, Peter and Gail, it's nearly midnight, and Grant starts in his bed where he's happy as Larry. They can't find anybody cheap enough to do this time other than me and Paul. So you get what you pay for. That's an unprofessional WhatsApp number.
Listen, see, they brought out a WhatsApp number. Nobody told us that it even existed or what the number was.
No.
We only found out by
mistake.
accident.
Peter and Gail in Maine, USA. We only found out by accident.
Knowing the way the BBC worked, there was probably mega meetings about and putting this on the system.
Yeah.
And making this and creating this and documents and loopholes and things that they had to jump through to do it. Didn't even get the courtesy of an email to tell us about a WhatsApp number.
But do you know who did get that email? Grant Stott.
Or at least the producer that works on said show.
Yeah.
Us, not a Scooby.
But Peter and Gail, if you're looking for folk who can read out numbers good, this probably isn't the show for you. Here's Patrick Swayze with She's Like the Wind.
0805.
Through my tree, she rides the night next to me. She leads me through moonlight, only to burn me with the sun. She's taking my heart, but she doesn't know what she's done. Feel her breath in my face, her body close to me. Can't look in her eyes, she's out of my league. Just a fool to believe I have anything she needs. She's like the wind. I look in the mirror and all I see is a young old man with only a dream. Am I just fooling myself that she'll stop the pain? Living without her, I go insane. Feel the breath in my face, her body close to me. Can't look in her eyes, she's out of my league. Just a fool to believe I am anything she needs. She's like the wind. Feel your breath in my face, your body close to me. Can't look in your eyes, you're out of my league. Just a fool to believe, she's like the wind. Just a fool to believe, she's like the wind. Just a fool to believe, she's like the wind. Just a fool to believe, she's like the
That was Patrick Swayze with She's Like the Wind from Dirty Dancing. Does it make any sense
No.
within the context of the film? No, it doesn't. Not at all.
Because why is he...
He doesn't sing it as Johnny. It's a song that comes on just randomly in the middle of the film. I think when they're driving to the dance competition, when Penny's gone to see the doctor and Baby needs to fill in for her at the other hotel, I think that's when it happens.
Yeah, no, but he keeps saying things like she's out of my league, whereas...
She is. Baby's out of her league. Baby's out of his league. He's a working class boy who's in the plumbing union. There is no dancing union,
Yeah,
Paul.
but he's
no,
looking
that's...
her in the eyes. He's got enough. He's got enough.
Have you seen Dirty Dancing?
Yeah.
Well, then you've misunderstood it entirely. He's considered an entertainment person. He's the lowest rung of humanity. Within the universe of Dirty Dancing, and this is set up from the beginning, entertainers are lower than waiters. It doesn't make any sense, but waiters are like the elites of the holiday camp place. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they're dancers, and the girls who come to Kellerman's
That's what happens in
the
Butlins.
girls
That's
who-
what's the same in Butlins.
the girls who come to
People spit on
Kellerman's
the red coats.
or Butlins are supposed to date the waiters because they're fancy boys who are going to law school
Mm-hmm.
and doctor school. But the dance people are like low down, and Baby is considered out of Johnny's league, even though she's 16 and he's an adult man. And that's a big weird thing that we're not going to deal with right now. But she's considered like a high up. And he's like,
Yeah,
you
but he never expresses that in the
he
film.
100% does. There's literally a whole scene where it's like, you don't introduce me to your dad because you don't think I'm good enough.
Eventually, but he's not. He's looking at it. He's at least looking at it in the
It's in the
eyes.
space of 2 months, Paul. What do you mean eventually? It's a summer. It's 3 weeks. Why are
that
you trying to pee on my chips? Why are you
Because your chips are made from rotten potatoes.
whittling on my joy with your... Nah, don't think that happened. It did. I've seen Dirty Dancing 700 times. I know what happens in it, Paul.
Yeah, but you're seeing the version of Dirty Dancing that you want to see now in your head.
Don't point at your forehead, then look at me wisely. I know what happens in Dirty Dancing. My boobs itching with rage. Right, what have we got next? Because I don't want to look at you right now. You've annoyed me. Turns out my line is questioning my knowledge on Dirty Dancing. That's where my line is.
The song makes no sense.
No, the song makes absolutely no sense. Patrick Swayze demanded that he have a pop song in the middle of a film that makes no sense. I agree with that wholeheartedly. It's a stupid song. Also, She's Like the Wind Through My Tree.
What's his
What's
tree?
his tree? She rides the night next to me. What does that mean? Right. We played you Ryan Gosling years ago singing a song called
Sing a bit.
So put me in the car and drive real far until I'm free. I love that song. From his album that he released before he was in Drive.
Mm-hmm.
Big flop. Nobody ever heard it. Paul and I heard it. I loved it. Paul was less than impressed with it.
Yep.
But then the Barbie movie came out and people were like, oh my goodness, Ryan Gosling sings a song. And I was like, I know Ryan Gosling's a good singer. I heard him before. I've been listening to him for years. But now we can all share in the greatness that is Ryan Gosling. So for the first time, we're doing a Hollywood Swinger revisited. Because this
You don't need to
Hollywood...
score it though.
We don't need to
Just tell
score
us
it.
if you think it's good or not.
But Ryan Gosling has made another crack at music. And we're going to give it some love. Here he is with I'm Just Ken.
Doesn't seem to matter what I do. I'm always number two. No one knows how hard I tried. I have feelings that I can't explain, driving me insane. All my life been so polite.